how do you calculate your TP? You determine the percentage you want to take. Now, when you determine the percentage you want to take, this percentage is going to be your X. The percentage is going to be your X now. X percent times your total cost, which is going to give you X all over 100 times that. So you see it now. Now, assuming that your X is what, 10, assuming I decide to take 10 as my profits, my take profit rates, because the 10 is not actually your profit, but your take profit rates. So it goes with what, 100. In other words, your take profit percentage, the percentage at which you want to take profit. So 10 over 100 times that's total cost will give you this USDT. Therefore, what is going to be your selling price is your take profit now, which is this, plus the average. You now have what, 163.43, which is the position at which you will set the limits to sell that SOL or that very particular coin.
Guys, welcome to Digital Money Magnets. This is a video I promised to bring to you, and it's all about spot trading, placing your first spot trade, how to spot trade. So everything we'll be doing will be based on spot trading. As you log into your Binance or whichever platform you're using, whichever exchange platform you're using, this spot trading platform is generally the same, or they look identical across all platforms, all exchange platforms. The color, may differ, but the options are generally the same or similar. We have limit, OKEX call it limit order, and I'm talking about the options now: limit order, market order. I think Binance just call it limits, markets. Some other platforms may call it fixed order, limit order, but the options are similar. Now we're going to head over to the trading platform. As you log into your exchange, if you look at the below bars, all these the menus displayed at the lower bar here, you will be able to see trade. You must see trade. Just click on trade. It will take you down to this very platform. This is where you call your spots. This is where you execute your spot trading. And as we all know, we use USDT as a benchmark to trade every other coin. So whichever coin you're going to select must be, unless you want to trade another coin. So now here we have different kinds of trading, but I'm going to be talking about the two most popular ones. If you come here now, see here, this where the right limits. If I click there, it's going to bring out some options. Let me click that place. It's going to bring out some options. See the options that came out. You see limits, you see markets, you see stop, limits, and OCO. These are different orders that you can use to execute or initiate a trade on this very platform. So let me first of all explain what market order is. What is market order? A market order is an instruction or an order to buy or sell immediately at the market's current price. So if I initiate any order here and select market order, it therefore means I want to buy or sell at the current market price of that very trade that I want to go into. That is what it means. In that case, I may buy higher than the price of that very particular coin. That means I am comfortable with the price I am buying. I want it, so I'm so desperate to get it. So I don't care how much it's worth, or I don't care how much anybody is selling. All I want is just get me that very coin. But limit order simply means an instruction to wait and buy or sell when the price hits a particular price, targets. that particular price target is what is regarded as a limit, because when you set up a trade to sell or buy under limits, that means you have limited the market price. I mean, the price at which that market is going to sell to what you want. So, for example, this is BNB selling for how much? Selling going for 384. This is BNB slash USDT pair going for 384. Now, if I want to buy BNB, let me try and set up a trade. Now, what I'm going to do here now is that I am going to, this is already in limits. I'm going to put the amount of BNB that I want to buy. Maybe I want to buy 10. I'll now put 10. Did you see it? I've now put 10 here. But this is how much it is selling. Now, this is the amount of BNB that I put, and this is the total amount of USDT that I will need to prosecute this very trade. Okay, let's reduce it. 10 is too much. Let's make it okay. You can go with this now, and let's buy. Now it is success. It has bought. Now what we now did is that we have now placed an order that we want to buy at a certain market price instead of the current market price. So whenever this price now is hit, the buy option now will be triggered by the algorithm of this very platform. That is what is going to happen. Now, if you want to check this your order, you can always look below here, below this very spot platform here. You see open orders. See open orders. Open orders are, the markets, the trades that you have initiated, whether for sale or buy. So because any trade that occurs under limits order will be entered into the order book here, but any trade initiated using market order is not always entered under here, but will be taken, will be recorded. So it will be recorded, but it will not appear on the open orders. That is how it goes, because the real thing that happens under this very limit is that somebody somewhere has placed an order using limit that I want to sell when the price of this particular coin appreciates up to this very point, or I want to buy when the price of this of a certain coin dips as low as this particular price. Now, and you now somewhere is now coming to place an order that I want to buy when a price comes like this, or I want to sell when it goes like this. And the algorithm of this very platform now will now check its order book and match you with that person somewhere that wants to sell or that wants to buy. So when your price now that you want to buy or sell matches with the price that that very other person somewhere had already placed on limits or using limits, then the algorithm will now match both of you and the trade will be executed. Now, one advantage of this very limit is that you can always come down to this very place, to your open orders, and cancel it. If maybe after waiting for some hours or days or for some period of time and your trade failed to be executed, perhaps your price limit was not hit, so you now decide to come and cancel it. You can always come here, click on it, you see cancel here, you just to tap that cancel and the order will be cancelled. Order cancelled. That is how it goes. Now, if you want it on markets, if you want to use market order, you just set it. But whatever thing, like I've told you, whatever thing you do using market order is automatic. is instant. If you buy using market order, it goes directly into your wallets. If you're selling, it sells, and you have your money in your USDT account whenever you sell anything. So, but if you're buying, whenever you buy, they will remove the money in USDT and give you the coin you're buying. And if you check your wallet immediately, you see the coin. But in limits, what happens is that immediately you place that very order, they will now freeze the amount of that money, that amount of money that can be used to purchase that very coin. They will not defreeze. They will not freeze it. Freeze it out of your account. You'll be seeing it there, but you can never access it. You can never use it for anything, because if they allow you to use it, it could be that whenever that price limit that you have set is hit, there may not be any money for them to use for the platform, for the exchange to use and buy it, or for the artificial intelligence that have been embedded in the platform through the algorithm. You wouldn't find any money there to use and buy it for you. And that is why they normally freeze that money out. You'll be seeing it, but you can never use it for anything until you cancel that very order. That is when the money will now go back into your wallets. Sorry guys, my throat, I'm having a difficulty talking well. My throat is cracking. Now, what if you want to sell? Because all we've said now is under buying. What if you want to sell? Now, if you want to sell, what you do is that you come. This is sell, because both buying and selling are on the same place. What you do is just to click this sell, and it will show you red. The same way it is showing red here, that's how it shows red in every other platform. Now, the color of green may differ. Yes, some platforms do show blue, others show deep green. So the color of this green will differ in other platforms. So now let's try to see if we can sell, or let me show you how to place any order with sell. Now, if you come to is already in market order, is already under market order. Now, if you want to any order you place here, like I've told you, if you place any order here using market order, it sells instantly. And as it sells, if you're trading with BTC pair, whatever money that you're going to realize from that sell will go directly into the BTC wallet. If you're trading using USDT pair, the same thing is going to happen. Your USDT is going to go into your USDT wallet immediately. But in limits, using limit order, it does not happen like that. So what happened when we did buying is what is going to happen as you place order. Now let's see something. Let's use another coin. Let's choose another coin. Which coin can we now choose? Let's try to choose maybe IOTA. Is it IOTA? Let's look for a coin that's very much cheap. Can we look for SHIB? Let's use SHIB, for example. SHIB. Let's trade on SHIB USDT. Yeah. Okay, this is SHIB. Now we want to sell SHIB. Now. Remember, whichever coin pair that you choose, it simply means you're buying or selling that very coin. You're using USDT as a benchmark to trade that very coin. So you are not trading USDT. It is that very coin that you're buying or selling. So if you buy, then you're using USDT to pay. If you sell, you have your money in USDT. The same thing goes for any other pair that you choose. If you choose maybe SHIB/BTC, therefore means you want to use BTC to pay if you're buying SHIB. If you're selling SHIB, that means you want to sell SHIB and have your money in BTC. That is how it means. So you don't get it twisted. Don't get yourself confused. Now, if you look here, let's say we want to sell our SHIB now. If you look at this very place, it's already showing me. This place always shows you the amount, the available amount of that very coin that you're trading on. So it's showing me the total amount of SHIB that I have here in my wallet. 4 million or what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's over 42 watts. Okay, let's forget about that. Now let's try to buy. There is no need using market order because market order, is not. There's nothing really in market order. If you buy, you've bought. If you sell, you've sold. So let's change to limits. Now it is down in limits. Let's type the amount of SHIB. Let's say we want to buy one SHIB. Sell one SHIB. Okay, one SHIB is not up to $10. Let's say 20 SHIB is what? Okay, let's say we want to sell 50% of this. 50% of this of what we have here. Now, okay, 50% of what we have here is up to displaying $5. Okay, let's say we want to sell all. You see some percentage displayed here: 25, 50, 75. So if you want to sell all, just click 100%. If you don't want to type the amount that you want to sell here or buy in terms of buying. Now, what is going to happen now is that we've clicked 100%. I want to sell everything. Now, if we now click sell, the same thing is going to happen. It's not going to be sold instantly. It's going to be kept somewhere here. Now, you also know that, have I not told you, that you can actually change the price anyhow you want. You can take the price. What the market price now? The market price now is this is the market price 726. 726 is the market price. You can come and vary this figure as you like. Maybe as I want to sell now, I can decide that, okay, I want to sell my SHIB. I want to sell my SHIB when SHIB appreciates up to 80, that is 0.000 into 5, then 809. 809 instead of 728 or 726 that the market is currently selling. So that is where you make the gains. That is where people make the gains, because especially if you buy some of these coins when they are in deep, if you buy some of those coins and set them up like this, I can decide that, about last 3 weeks, last 2 to 3 weeks, SHIB uptrended up to 0.000, that is 0 into 5, then up to 998 something. It almost removed 1 0. It almost removed 1 0. It almost entered into 0.00001. So now, if somebody had bought SHIB or that had SHIB in his or her wallet, had set it like this, 4 zeros instead of 5, and 5 zeros, and put 9, because it actually uptrended up to this very value. Put 981 or 98 or even 9 and stop there. It would have almost added up to 10% of the total of SHIB that you have. It would have increased it very, very well. So limit allows you to determine your own price, how much you want to sell or how much you want to buy. Another thing is that you have to apply patience, because by the time you're determining your own price, how much you want to sell or buy, you have to wait for it until market dips and the price, goes down to that very position or rises up to that very position. You have to be ready to wait for it. That is for limit order. Okay, if you want to transact using limit market order, click this place, select your market order, set your market with market order, put any price, any amount, the amount that you want to buy, amount of the coin you want to buy, you want to sell rather. Let's say 80 sheeps or 800 sheeps. Have you seen it? So as you're putting it, the price will be displayed here, under here, telling you how much it is. So for limits, the same thing, change it. Set the price for yourself. Limit allows you to set the price for yourself. So with your bot, we are going to see how you can now determine the average price of your trade, how you can know the selling price. How do you know how much to sell? Whenever your bot malfunctions, how are you going to know how much that the bot bought that very coin? How are you going to know how you're going to set it? At what price will you set it for selling? How do you determine your take profits now? Now, let me show you where to see some of those information. Now, if you want to track your transactions, the amount you spent on each of the trades that you initiated or executed, then this is where you see them. This small button here. If you click that very small button, it's going to open this place. Okay, currently I don't have any open order. If we had come in here that time, we placed an order of sale for sheep using limit order, it would have been here. Or the other time we tried to buy BNB, it would have been here. But let's check some of the transactions that I have done in the past. This is this order history. This one is the orders that are running. The orders that are currently running are called open orders. Now, order history is all the trades you have executed in the past. Is order history, all of them will be there. And this is the trade history, anything that has to do with trade that you have done in the past. So if you click the order history, you will see all the orders you have placed in the past. This is a limit. This is a BNB. So now you have BNB. I placed this order using limits, and this was an order to buy. Now if you click this, you see the details of it. See the details. Have you seen it? Order number, type of the order, limits to buy, filled amounts, average price 384. This average price was the price of BNB then, the price of BNB when you fill that order. Now, this is a breakdown, or the summary rather, fee total. Now let's check another place. If you come to here, this is the market. This is when I use market order to place. You see it's filled amounts. This is the amount I filled. Now, if you look at this very place now, this is the trade, all the trade executed by the bot. Yes, because I'm not the one that did all of this. This is the trade executed by the bot. And if you watch this thing very carefully, you discover that almost all the sales made by the bot it used market order to execute it so as to sell it instantly. So, but some of the buying that it made, it used limits. Like this one is the first one here is limits. This one is markets. The rest is market. I think I'm the one that used the first one. So the rest, so the bot actually makes use of market order. Of course, the bot uses market order because it is an instruction. As you give it instruction, it executes it immediately. It's, it trade with instruction. Remember, your cover pullback rate is there. Your stop profit rate is your stop profit is there. So all those things are the options that helps the bot to decide whenever it wants to do those things. So you have given the bot the time to buy, the time to sell, and when that time reaches, if that percentage reaches, it takes your profit instantly. So it places the order and sells it off with using a market order. The same thing goes for when it wants to buy. As soon as the pullback is activated, it buys instantly. So that is why all these trades here are the trades that the bots executed. So what are you going to do if your trade hangs, or it is disengaged, like we witnessed after the upgrade of BCP bot? Most of the trades were disengaged from the robot, and you have to go to exchange to complete the sales. So what you're going to do now is to come to this very trade history. Come to trade history. Whatever you see here is going to be inside trade history also. But trade history gives you details of how the trade went. Go to trade history. Now you'll be able to see this. Now you have this total cost. This one they wrote total in USDT is the total cost. This total cost is what? 38.3448. Now we're going to do some calculation now. Now we're going to use this SOL that the robot bought for me here. We're going to use it as a case study so I can show you how to calculate your take profits, and also know how, so you can know the price to set using your limit order, assuming the robot bought a coin and failed to sell it. So let's go and do it now. Let's do some kind of practical. But let's write this out first. The price of USDT. This price of USDT here. Now I've told you that if you're buying, when you're buying any coin, now the fee that they're going to deduct, they will deduct from that very coin that you're buying. You deduct the fee, the transaction fee from the coin you're buying. But when you're selling, now they will make the deductions from the USDT that you're using to, from the USDT that you're going to get your money from. If you sell, your money goes into USDT, so they will deduct their charges from USDT. But when you're buying, they will deduct their charges from the coin that you're buying. So here now you see that this is the price, the position price of this SOL when this market was bought. The position price, this is the amount at which SOL was selling in the market. So this is the field. This field is the total units bought. The total units of SOL bought is this field. Now this fee is the charges which was charged from SOL. Now this is the total USDT. That is the total cost of this very transaction. So, but in the case of selling, it's not like that. You see, fee here is charged from what? USDT. Is total USDT.
Okay. Now from the SOL that we talked about last part of it, from the figure that we extracted from the trade history, you can see the price of You can see the position price here as I gave it to be 159.77, and I told you that price, that was the price at which so was at then, and it was a position price. That's the position price. Of course, I'm going to prove to you that this is your average price now. Here, there is no need of you calculating the average price here, because if you divide the total units now, if you divide the total cost by the total unit, if you divide this number now by this very number, which is 0.24 plus these charges, because this charge actually came from the amount of SOL that was bought. So whenever you're buying, they deduct fee, but when you're selling, they deduct from the USDT. So now, and the total USDT that was used to buy that portion of SOL is this. So this is your total cost. So your average position now, your average price is now going to be total cost all over the total units, which is 38.34 all over 0.24024, and you have 159.6. So you know the decimals are many, so some fractions of it must have lost, so which is almost this, approximately 159.7. so that's why I told you that this is now your average price. So what you need to calculate is your TP, and because it's your TP now that will determine your selling price. How do you calculate your TP? You determine the percentage you want to take. Now when you determine the percentage you want to take, this percentage is going to be your X. The percentage is going to be your X now. X percent times your total cost, which is going to give you X all over 100 times that. So you see it now. Now assuming that your X is what, 10, assuming I decide to take 10 as my profits, my take profit rates, because the 10 is not actually your profit but your take profit rates. So it goes with what, 100. In other words, your take profit percentage, the percentage at which you want to take profit. So 10 over 100 times that's total cost will give you this USDT. Therefore, what is going to be your selling price is your take profit now, which is this, plus the average price, which is this. You now have what, 163.43, which is the position at which you will set the limits to sell that SOL or that very particular coin. So it is this price now. This is the price you're going to set to sell this limits, or to sell this trade now, which the bot couldn't sell. So whenever you set this price now under limit order, using limit order, if the price fluctuation gets to that very position, then the order will be triggered by the algorithm of the very platform. So that is how it goes. I would have made more of this, but this video is already plenty.
Thank you guys for watching, and please do well to subscribe to our channel. Don't go without subscribing. Help us to grow this channel, and as you subscribe, make sure you click the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our subsequent updates. Thank you. Hit the like button and check the description below for our WhatsApp number. Thank you and God bless you. Also join our WhatsApp group, very important, to learn more.